show.
The worst talk show, and we're not kidding.
There's only one place to go, and that's up. I'm Angie C. This is Handsome Boyfriend Dave.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome to another fabulous episode. If you're joining the live stream, we're here, and if you're watching us on YouTube or on Abington Community Access, thank you.
Good for you. We're very appreciative.
Very happy.
Thank you very much.
That you're here.
You're so great. People don't tell you that enough.
The show is nothing without you, so we appreciate you being on. And
well, wait a minute. I mean, it's
Vicky's
just
here.
it's just me sitting in my room doing this.
Vicky Salapande.
I do this anyway.
Amy West, hey, what's up?
Vicky Salapande. How are you?
Welcome
Amy
to your
West,
1 hour respite
Amy
from
West.
the
Oh no, I didn't mean anything by that.
2020 dumpster fire of life.
Yeah, baby, it keeps getting better.
Yeah. And by better, we mean, oh my God.
Mmm.
So before I forget, hi George. George Drillis is here.
George Drillis.
I made a big faux pas last week, and I said that Will Daly was playing Tupelo Music Hall in Derry, New Hampshire.
Listen.
Last week, it's actually tomorrow. I was like, tomorrow night. Last week, and Will's like, hey,
well,
Angie, I appreciate it, but it's next week. I'm not going to be there.
Maybe people just wanted to get out in their cars. You know, they want to...
My apologies to anybody who showed up.
Somebody's beating on the door of the place. Angie said they're here.
No, they wouldn't be beating on the door.
Why?
Because it's an outdoor venue. Drive-in. So they just yell in the parking lot. Anyway, so tomorrow night there were 5 cars. It was almost sold out. There were 5 cars left today.
Oh, the moose at the front should have told you.
Sorry, folks. The drive-in's closed. So, Will Daly, if there's any cars left, you should totally go. I think they're charging like $75 a car.
That makes you want to
But if you
stuff
think about
the
it,
trunk.
if you've got 4 people in the car,
That's not too bad
it's
at all.
really not too bad, especially if you miss live music.
No.
So
Just don't forget the person in the trunk, because occasionally they will asphyxiate.
it's not the
Is it
1950s.
asphyxiate?
It's not like the Outsiders film where they smuggle all the kids into the drive-in
That's
and
it.
they all pile out.
We got 6 kids in the car. We got 6 kids in the trunk,
It's
man.
not per person, it's per car, I guess, is the point.
Per capita.
I think that might be a little hefty of a price for a lot of people, but who knows? Who are we to
Hefty,
judge?
hefty, hefty.
Whippy, whippy, whippy.
Wow, that's riffing.
That's why we're together, right
Yeah.
there. That's it. Hello, Michael Warren. It's
And you know
lovely
what?
to
Another
see
reason
you.
why we're together?
Why?
Awesome T-shirt game.
Oh yeah, our T-shirt game.
She's
is
got a
strong
Star Wars
today.
Bowie sweat, stormtrooper on. I am rocking the Rupert Selection.
Who are a great band. Please check them out.
Mooncats in taxi cabs.
If you like heavy
Racing
rock,
around. Hey, listen. See what his thought
very
bubble?
good.
He doesn't know which way's up or which way's down.
Yes, Amy, they did that in Greece as well. I'm pretty
Riley
sure
Somack,
they-
happy birthday this past week.
Oh, yeah,
Just
happy
thought I'd
birthday.
say that. We do miss you.
Riddles! Riddles is working, so let's not... And
Keith Bennett, how you
Bennett
doing,
is
brother?
here. Yay!
Casey Riddles. Casey Riddles. Sean O'Brien.
Oh, Sean's here. So
No.
Sean, last week I was like, no, Sean, what
Lori
happened?
Noble.
So Sean had like an incredibly difficult long day last week. I think he was helping out a friend and do some cooking for like a catering thing. And he was so tired, he turned us on and fell asleep. That's dedication, Sean.
Listen.
I love you.
I'll take it. Use us as, if you have insomnia, put us on.
We're totally fine with
It could
that.
work.
Hi, Lori Noble. Glad you're here. So we're going to this show tonight off with things that we watched this week. Because we have a new segment coming up.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Don't show too much, baby.
Dave's going to sing.
Oh, man. I have to sing?
He's going to sing AM stereo songs
Wait,
from yesteryears.
No.
I'm not going to tell them the whole thing.
No.
But he's going to sing them as somebody.
You've told them too much. Now we have to kill them all.
And you're going to love it. So
All of
that's
them.
coming up in a little bit. But first, we're going to get through some of the stuff we watched. Shout out to tonight who may have been watching an NBA playoff game.
Expected to. There's
Listen,
some crazy stuff going on in the world.
We don't like to get political on the show because we are very political in our real lives, and we're offering up a respite for Dumpster Fire 2020.
But I totally,
So,
I support the players. I'm sorry.
Today was a very difficult day, and we do support the players, and we hope that more sports franchises get in on that sooner than later. Holly Cantor!
Yes, she can.
Holly Cantor's like, a wicked good singer. She just said that.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Thank you, Holly.
And it's been brought to my attention by several viewers that they would like to see more Dave singing. So that's why we're trying out this new segment.
I was struck by a thunderbolt from the Lord. Not from the Lord.
No.
From the heavens.
Yeah. And Keith Bennett, I think this is sort of an homage to your soul as well.
Yeah.
Can you say that?
A little bit.
The
Yeah.
soul of Keith Bennett is strong with us tonight.
You gotta have a little bit of this and a little bit of that. You know?
So one of the things we figured out with Dave is that he could pull up the show and we could put it on the TV so we could see your comments on the big screen.
Oh, we haven't been doing that.
Each week something happens.
I totally forgot myself.
And he forgets.
What's going on?
And so I have to do it for him. So there you go. We need interns. Hey, Maggie. Nice to see you. Your mom has some serious stuff. No, that's Maggie Goodner. Oh, my goodness. Hi, Maggie. Maggie was my, first of all, she's an awesome pal. And she's originally from Ireland. She is like a superstar, rock star hairdresser in New York, then moves to Studio City, and that's how we met. And I love you, Maggie. Yay!
Maggie, let's talk.
Yeah.
Let's talk, Maggie.
Look at this, Maggie.
I got stuff.
Maggie is one of, like, my favorite
Maggie,
humans.
I really need some help with my hair. You know, it's quite grotty.
Oh my God, that's terrifying. Ay, ay, ay. All right, so,
That's why I'm wearing the hat.
more of Dave singing, less Dave looking like a Deftones roadie.
Oh, me? Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm into Deftones roadies, Keith.
What can I say? She's into Malakas, Keith.
So, one of the first things, she says she's done a few Zoom haircuts. Oh, you could guide me through cutting Dave's hair.
Yeah, you could.
I wouldn't hate you for that. I really wouldn't. So, one of the things we did was we watched all the new DC trailers. Listen, not huge fans of the whole DC universe, I gotta tell you. Marvel just does it better.
Look at The Watchmen is one thing. Almost every other DC thing is just not... I mean, is it a Coke and Pepsi thing? I don't think so. I mean, Marvel just does it better.
Yeah.
And when they miss, it's still not that bad.
So,
except Green Lantern.
I mean...
Screw that movie.
As far as DC goes...
Ryan Reynolds, I love you, though.
It's Batman, right? Really?
Right. Oh, yeah. So you got, Batman Begins, The Dark Knight. Yeah, it's,
So the new trailer for The Batman, which is Robert Pattinson... from Twilight. Although I gotta say, we've been watching Robert in his post-Twilight career doing a lot of indie films. He's
Good time.
Very good, excellent
Watch Good
actor.
Time, guys.
Hi, Bob Tarasi. Glad you're here.
Is that the Softy brothers? Who is that? Softy brothers. Softy?
Softy? I don't know.
There are a couple of softies. I don't know.
But they did
Uncut.
Was great.
They did Uncut Gems. Before that, they did this movie Good Times. Or Good Time.
I think it was just called Good Time.
Yeah, and it was two brothers. And it was pretty cool. On the run.
So anyway, the first trailer gets released for the new Batman film, right? And what song is playing? Nirvana, Something in the Way. And I'm just sort of, I've mixed, I can feel Kurt Cobain spinning in the grave just a little bit.
It's been a while now, though.
It seemed to be a bit much. It was okay though. I mean, only thing. Listen, it's another dark Batman. Yeah. Did we need another Batman? No, we absolutely did not need another Batman. Chris Nolan said everything he needed to say. However, you want to read what he just wrote?
Keith Bennett says, Dave, I will donate $50 to the charity of your choice if you rock Deadwood, Ian McShane's facial hair next week. That guy's name is Al Swearingen, the character. And they gotta beat me out.
Nikki T is late because she was watching the Colin Hay doc. That is a great documentary, by the way.
I was just gonna swear really bad.
No, you can't.
Okay,
that's
fine,
all. Listen, we rebroadcast on television. We can't be swearing.
I don't practice Ian McShane.
The minions that work on our show under Kevin Tachi at Abington Cam have to bleep out anytime we swear.
They're very, what is it? They're very impressionable.
So we're trying very hard not to swear. No, they just work. They're hard worker bees. So
wait a minute. They're
hardworking.
They're
hardworking bees. They're working bees. So we weren't terribly impressed with that trailer, and I gotta say, the Riddler is your main villain. Paul Dano is the Riddler.
Oh, Paul Dano is like.
Yeah, I get it. He's creepy, but
I don't know. Is he a method actor? Because
Yeah.
I always want to punch him in the face.
yeah, that's usually what method actors bring out of you.
Okay.
Hi, Jerry Moylan.
Although,
The Wonder Woman trailer, I was pissed. So the first Wonder Woman, if you will,
Wonder Woman.
We're not talking Linda Carter, who's there's a poster of Linda Carter up in Keith Bennett's bedroom
right now.
Sure.
Right now.
But the original Wonder Woman movie that came out a few years ago, the first 10 minutes
Gal Gadot.
phenomenal. The first 10 minutes when they attack
What's the name of the island they live on?
Don't put me on the spot like that.
Is it
Lesbos?
Lesbos?
No. It's well, they're
I wish
all
it was.
Amazons.
And listen, if it was, that'd be cool, man.
Why can't I think of the name of the island? Somebody please help me out.
Is it? It's not. What's the Roxy Music? It's not Avalon, right?
No, it's not Avalon, but they are Amazons. They're Amazon warriors.
And they're
right?
all shapes and sizes, bro. And they are some naughty lady warriors,
Yeah,
man.
and
I'll tell you what.
this amazing scene and seeing this many women, big, beefy, thick women, gorgeous, kicking ass, and I was like, yay! And then the next thing you know, they give her a love interest, and it like makes like, why do we need a love interest?
Now wait, if you wanna think of a love interest as a plot device, look at i.e. the Amazing Spider-Man. I mean, the loved ones are always the ones that are vulnerable.
Yeah, I get that.
You know what I mean? So.
But ladies, back me up here. Like, you just want a powerful, strong woman. She doesn't need some dude behind her. It's just let her go kick ass.
Listen.
Linda Carter, did she show up in the movie though?
I don't
can't
know.
remember. She should.
Keith.
And she still looks amazing, so.
Oh man.
I kind of feel like
she was the mayor in Super Troopers. Yes, ma'am.
Wasn't she also like the president in another? Was it?
Wow, she's moving up, huh?
Was it Sky High, where she was the principal or something?
Well.
Linda Carter.
Is she the president or is she
I
the
don't
principal?
know. I can't remember. You get old, things go away. Paradise Island. Was that the name of it though? I don't know.
Like
That's
the Bahamas?
Yeah, I don't think that's what it was called. What the hell was the name of the island? Now I can't remember.
Themyscira?
No, it's... No, it's a crime! Keith Bennett, listen, we'd like to put Linda Carter in
Keith, tell us the name of the island they're on.
We can't. Anyway, so I got mad at the Wonder Woman trailer. The Suicide Squad, there's a new Suicide Squad movie, and it's directed by James Gunn. That I will go see. I love everything he does.
Okay, look.
And it looks good.
That's fine.
In it,
The OG Suicide Squad?
my other boyfriend, Idris Elba.
Is he
I think he plays the character that Will Smith had played.
Bloodshot or Blood Sting or Shot Dead Eye or one of those? I can't
Some
remember.
sort of shooting thing.
I can't remember. He shoots things really well. But one of the characters from the Suicide Squad, Harley Quinn.
Yes.
I finally, after 4 tries at watching Birds of Prey,
Did you finish?
I finished it.
You finished it
I
without
kept
me?
falling asleep.
Yeah,
I figured you already watched it.
No, I never finished it.
It was not awesome.
Oh, she was the evil undercover alien president in Supergirl. Thank you, Keith Bennett. I knew she played a president there.
Margot Robbie is
delightful.
Oh my goodness.
Delightful.
But the movie just wasn't that great.
Oh, Birds of Prey. Yeah.
And I mean, I love, speaking of Sky High, Mary Elizabeth Winstead. Love her. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And she's Huntress. Nah.
Yeah.
No.
So DC, all in all, is kind of a letdown.
Rosie Perez, how do you ruin that? How do you not use it?
What is a quahog? What is a quince? What is Mount Vesuvius?
Come on, Harley Quinn, let's go get these files.
This is your son, Mookie.
How do you do it without... Billy, you're so stupid, alright? How do you, do it without saying a bad word? I can't do it, no.
I don't know. So we did watch a lot of other stuff.
Wow.
We actually watched a lot of things separately this week.
Okay.
Which is interesting.
I have been on a science fiction, what do you call it? A binge? A tear. I've been going down the rabbit hole of science fiction in its various forms.
I have to plug this light in because we're too dark now.
Okay, are we dark now?
Yeah, I think we're
great.
too dark. Keep going.
So anyhow, what did we see this week? The trailers for the new Ridley Scott HBO project. Oh my God!
Hey!
Hey, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Yeah, that's better.
So anyhow,
we just needed a little better
the new
lighting.
Ridley Scott project is called Raised by Wolves. And
yeah, that looks good.
Looks awesome.
And you know who's in it? If you guys watch Vikings, Ragnar from Vikings is in it.
Kristen Standish is watching.
What up, Kristen? Ragnar from Vikings is ridiculously hot. So the fact that he's also in the new Ridley Scott series for HBO, Raised by Wolves, I'm all in.
Yeah, it looks really great. And generally speaking, if you haven't seen the trailer, I'm not going to tell you what it's about.
No, let's not say anything because Jerry Moylan has a question. Do you guys watch Dark? So
yes.
Okay, just a precursor. Dave has watched all of it so far. We started watching the first one together, and I had an issue with the dubbing. I hate dubbing. I'd rather
the German with subtitles wasn't even available, was it?
I didn't know it at the time, so
we watched a really awkward. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
what's happened?
A little bit. The dubbing is terrible. So we should have watched the original German subtitles in English, and that's where I lost it. I couldn't pick it up, even though it's totally in my time travel wheelhouse.
It's a mind bender. She loves time travel.
I love that stuff, but so Dave has watched it all. So
I haven't watched it all, but
you haven't watched the new episode?
No, it's not. You can binge it. It's a Netflix show.
Yeah.
You can watch the whole thing.
Right, but there's a new season.
Right. I watched the first episode of the new season.
Okay.
And you gotta it's tough. Because you gotta kind of go back and.
It is pretty brilliant though.
Yeah.
The setup was great. I look forward to watching the Americanized, bastardized remake. Which I'm sure is coming because it's too good of a show.
It's a good show.
I also watched Queen and Slim. Did you guys see this? It's basically Bonnie and Clyde with a whole lot of racism. But it was written by Lena Waithe. Is it Lena or Lena?
Lena, I think.
Who I really like. And I thought the story was great. It's a great independent film. Liked it a lot. Ragnar makes me care more about grooming, right? Right? Jerry Moylan.
They are trying to fix holes, maybe, yeah. In Dark, yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
I also watched American Pickle with Seth Rogen, and I was so hoping this was going to be like a cute, funny, heavily Jewish comedy because, it's called an American Pickle. That's your Seth Rogen impersonation. That's pretty good. He plays this guy who falls in a vat of pickles and it gets covered up and he's perfectly preserved for 100 years.
Yeah. Right. Makes sense.
And Dave was like, I'm not watching that.
I'm sorry,
I
listen.
don't want any part of that.
No, I just don't.
So we watched a lot of stuff separately this week, so I snuck that one in, and I watched it, and it was so bad. Like, it's so bad. And I was like, Dave, you were right.
Listen, we all have our crosses to bear. We all have our crosses to bear because being in a sci-fi, bent, okay, I actually let my guard down and I went against my better judgment and I watched Doom Annihilation. Now, if you're familiar at all, Doom is a series of video games, okay? Now, it might be the worst movie I've ever seen based on a video game, which is saying like a real lot.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay,
There's a lot
because
of
there are
crappy
some
ones.
terrible movies based on video games. I'm looking at you, Resident Evil. Okay. So anyhow, I watched it. The most notable person from the movie was Kostas Mandalore.
Kostas Mandalore, who is sort of the poor man's Michael Paré, if you
Right.
will.
So he was in the same vein as Richard Grieco, and before Mr. Robot saved Christian Slater's career, Christian Slater, they were together. You guys remember the Mobsters movie back in the 90s?
Vaguely.
They were all the young. We're the mobsters, like they were all young coming
Bugsy
up together.
Malone and
Yeah. So
Bugsy Siegel, sorry.
right.
Bugsy Malone.
So he was the notable person in that movie. So look, the movie was so bad. Okay, it was reminiscent. The action was reminiscent of the original Doom game, with really slow graphics card. It was just. Let's put it this
so
way.
why did you waste your time and watch
I
the whole
couldn't
thing?
because I just.
I mean, I should have said that to myself about the
I
Seth
was
Rogen
in. I was
movie.
in like amazement and horror, and I looked at it and what did I do yesterday? I spent yesterday.
Oh, you're gonna love this.
Making props. I started making props.
He's designing a suit.
For a suit. For a project that I'm going to develop. Because if they can... I mean, that was a Universal movie. Universal put that out at the movies.
So you're now going to take over the
going...
video game to movie franchises?
Oh my lord.
All right.
I
so
mean,
it's not a cosplay costume
no,
for the bedroom?
no.
I totally thought that's what was going on.
A little power armor suit might help in the bedroom.
I look out the window and he's got he's got this little
I get a little spray paint set up,
system set up,
yeah.
and he's spray painting the empty cold brew bottles,
right.
like the big ones that we get at the grocery store.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, what are you doing?
I'm telling you,
it's a project. I'm doing a project.
Right. It's for a giant respirator system that my character is going to wear.
Trivia question: where the hell is Richard Grieco today? I don't know, but do you remember the movie he was in where he was like a Bond type character on the school trip?
Yeah,
that movie was awesome, by the way. That was actually a really good movie. Yeah, it was. I mean, it was silly and whatever, but it was a good movie. So
how old were you at the time?
I wasn't that young or anything, but it was a good movie.
Let's put it this way: all those guys kind of came out at the same time as Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp, Richard Grieco, and
then
were they
Johnny
all
Depp went
in,
on to be Jack Sparrow.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
It was just terrible. Terrible.
I also watched Capone with Tom Hardy because they kept showing the previews.
Because who doesn't love Tom Hardy?
I love Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy can do anything he wants
except
play Al Capone when he's full of syphilis and ready to die. Why is this a movie?
Do they call him Grandpa Fonts?
Yeah, they call him Fonz. They don't call him A.
Alphonse.
Yeah, they don't call
Fonts.
him Al.
Yeah.
But oh my god. Terrible movie. Do not waste your time.
But I heard he had a solid gold
Tommy gun.
Tommy gun.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's terrible, and it's such a waste of time. To not a younger version of him play.
Patrick Dempsey, you are correct, Nicole.
Oh, was in Mobsters. With,
He was
Christian
Meyer
Slater.
Lansky.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Young Meyer Lansky.
That makes sense.
Ah.
So one thing we did do, and one thing I realized is that I didn't remember the movie Inception. And we kept going by it in the scroll, because Inception only came to streaming not too long ago. It wasn't available to stream for a long time.
I've owned it on Blu-ray. I don't own a Blu-ray
So
player.
what I realized was I watched
Since
it
it
while
came
I
out.
was either pregnant with Kendall or right after I had Kendall. And if any mothers are watching, you'll know
You had the
that
brain fog.
certain parts of the memory lay on the floor of the birthing room, if you will.
We had the brain fog.
Yeah. Just had no recollection of the movie whatsoever. So we watched it again.
I remember it.
And it's fine. It's a beautiful film to watch. But it's gonna sound like bragging, and I guess it is. I minored in film. I've seen a lot of these films that have those little gimmicks or tricks, and you're like, oh, what's really happening? Like, my mind is blown! Like,
Do we want to name names?
Like The Sixth Sense.
The Sixth Sense.
I've seen so many movies that had
Fight
that
Club.
same premise, like independent movies from years ago. It was part of my minor in film. That 5 minutes into the flick, as soon as I saw Donnie Wahlberg, emaciated by the way, he should have won an award for that.
I know, right?
I knew he was dead the whole time, and the movie wasn't much fun for me. And it was like, oh, it's so cool. It's not that great. So,
and anybody out there is going, hey man, you just spoiled that. Get a life.
That's
it. It's 20 years old.
Yeah, it's past the expiration date on spoilers.
And by the way, Rosebud was a sled.
Well, really?
It was not, but we're
Rosebud was
for
not
the
a
purposes of the movie, it was.
Although we found ourselves having a 45-minute conversation over coffee the next morning about Inception, because the very end of the movie, spoiler alert, his totem, so he knows whether he's in the real world or the dream world, is the little spinning top, and at the very end, you don't know. Is he really back with his children and Michael Caine, his father-in-law?
Right,
or is he still in the dream world?
Are you, wait, please, hold on a second. She's going to ruin the movie for you right now. Go.
Any scene that has Michael Caine in it is the real world. Chris Nolan confirmed it 10 years later. That's it. So there's no more guessing and there's no more fighting. The end was the end, and it was the real world. So there you go. Inception is the worst remake of Xanadu ever. Yes, Keith Bennett, you're absolutely right. Sarah's here. Nice to see you, Sarah. Kaiser Sose was actually Clark Kent. Okay, let's not ruin everything, Keith. All right? Not everything. Hi, Chris Hartford. Another question about Chris Nolan. Tenet was removed from American release because he insists on a theatrical release. It has to be in theaters. Not because he wants to win an award, because he wants to make money, I suppose. I don't know, because it's his art and it needs to be seen on a big screen. But we don't want to die, Chris, but we would really like to see your movie. Like, I saw a picture in my Twitter feed today, Tom Cruise, like in China or someplace where movie theaters are, full, sneaking over there to people are actually flying to other countries to see the film. First of all, who's allowing Americans in?
Exactly.
Don't waste your time.
Exactly.
But here's the thing. Like, we paid $20 to see that Pete Davidson movie.
King of Staten Island.
And you know what?
I loved it.
Totally worth it.
I love Pete Davidson.
I don't have any problem spending $20 on a brand new
movie. It had
movie.
heart. The movie had heart.
So I could need to take a pee break or get a snack.
Oh, there are snacks?
I don't catch the COVID. Like, give me a break. Just release Tenet and everything else. They're saying the same thing with Wonder Woman. It'll be in theaters in 2022. Like, I don't think so. Yeah. Just let us have it and let us pay money for it if you, if you need to make.
All right, moving on.
Moving on.
All right, so the sci-fi.
Yeah.
Okay. And kind of horror-ish sci-fi.
Well, we tried Lovecraft Country.
Lovecraft Country, we watched the first 2 episodes. We're staying on board for the 3rd episode. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, it's okay. It's not great.
It's a little it's
okay. It's pretty to watch.
Yeah,
right now.
Sure.
The music's really good.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. There was a Marilyn Manson tune in there, and I was
it's a little interesting.
Nicole Smolenyak says, thank you. She always wondered about the Inception ending. You're welcome, my love.
Nobody likes to suck up, Nicole.
So I've been keeping a running list of shows I would like to binge that we just never got around to watching. And we...
Boy, am I glad she did.
We picked out one of them last night and we're really excited about it.
Guys.
Now, the movie itself, considered a classic. Anything with time
Bruce
travel
Willis,
in it, I'm like contractually obligated to watch. Like I'm obsessed with time travel.
Not a happy ending movie.
I have to watch everything. So 12 Monkeys.
12 Monkeys.
With Bruce Willis and Brad Pitt.
Okay.
Was a great film.
Okay, I remember seeing this movie when it came out with my ex. We came out of the place. It was Quincy.
And she went, I didn't get
and
it.
And she had an absolute anxiety attack after the movie.
Why? Because she didn't understand it?
I don't know if it was that. It was just the fact that it's not a happy movie. Things don't work out. And
that's what she
needed. And it was just like...
I'm so glad you're not together with her anymore.
I'm really glad. That would be awkward.
Reasons.
That'd be really strange.
So anyway, the bottom line is they made a television show a couple years ago on the Sci-Fi Channel, 12 Monkeys, a reinterpretation.
And Sci-Fi's made some stuff that I actually like.
Yeah, it's good.
mean, The Expanse, I love. You know? But 12 Monkeys?
It's great.
We're
really
totally
dig it. In.
I really dig it.
And we don't even dig that dude.
No, the kid, he played, what he played? Pyro on one of the X-Men movies?
Yeah.
The kid who could, like, control... He had a lighter.
He hasn't aged well, though. To be honest with you, he's not very attractive. The chick that plays the Madeline, what was her name? The original actress in the movie who played the psychiatrist.
Oh, yeah.
Madeline
I can see Stowe. Yeah.
So the chick who plays the Madeline Stowe
type character
is gorgeous, like drop dead gorgeous.
Yeah.
So she makes up for the dude not being very hot. Because listen, it's hard to fill the shoes of Bruce Willis. Even a crazy Bruce Willis is still pretty hot. And the Brad Pitt crazy philanthropist.
Here we go.
Is played by a woman this time, and it's the girl from Schitt's Creek.
Jackie is her name? Is she the
girl that runs the hotel, the motel?
I thought her name was Jackie. I could be wrong.
I don't remember her name.
I looked at her, I'm like, I know this girl from somewhere. She looks dangerous.
Yeah, and she plays Psycho perfectly.
She is nuts.
Great. So we binged 2 episodes. I stayed up way too late and got no sleep last night. So I'm looking forward to watching another few episodes this week and getting even less sleep, actually. So if you're looking for, if you guys are sci-fi junkies like we are, especially time travel stuff, and you haven't checked it out, I think, is it on Hulu? I think it's on Hulu.
You put me on the spot. Yeah,
but,
I think it is.
Check out 12 Monkeys. It's very,
definitely.
So far it's very good. We really like it a lot.
Yeah. And just to put up a couple things, I watched the Bruins, the first game between the Bruins and the Lightning this week, and man, they're playing in Canada in front of nobody, and you know it's the playoffs. It's strange. It almost reminds you of like watching an Olympic hockey game or a World Championship hockey game from somewhere across the world, and like it's just empty seats. You know,
nobody's rooting for your team, so
but
to speak.
The Bruins power play in that first game. Whoa! They're tied 1-1. There's another game tonight.
I gotta tell you guys, I'm not watching any professional sports. Although, after what the NBA is doing, I might actually start watching that because at least they have some social, they're on the side of social justice. Yeah. Let's just put it that way. But
when you see Doc cry on camera.
Yeah, if you can catch
it's choked up, and I was like, oh,
yeah,
man.
Doc Rivers had some stuff to
say
this morning.
Again, honey.
It was really great. I did, however, overhear, I wouldn't say eavesdrop necessarily because the windows are open, but Dave was talking to our neighbor, our across the street neighbor, Bob, about the Bruins game. And you could just tell you were so excited to be talking sports.
I mean, Bob,
his accent,
he's mid-80s.
His Charlestown accent gets extra thick when he's talking sports, kid.
Bob used to write for like a local paper, and he wrote a story about Bobby Orr one time that got, and he gave it to me.
Speaking of sports and broadcasters,
David Wade is watching.
David Wade is
No
here.
way.
Shut up!
Cut it out.
We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
He wanted to watch the basketball game, and he came over.
Whatever. He's here, and I'm
We'll take
happy.
it. We're not proud, Dave. We're not
Listen,
proud.
David Wade knows that I've crushed on him since like day one. So yeah,
Listen,
a little happy he's here.
I mean, isn't he with somebody like?
He's
famous?
like married and happy and has children and
Yeah,
his gorgeous
yeah.
family, but whatever. I just thank you,
Sorry.
David Wade, for tuning in. Mwah.
Good to see you, pal.
So the next segment that we normally have at this time is what we listen to, because this show is all about, listen, we're all kind of not living our normal lives right now. Everyone's looking for stuff to watch. Everybody's looking for stuff to listen to, and everybody's looking for new things to eat or make or cook, that kind of thing. So, yes, Nikki T, that David Wade. Thank you. What did you listen to? So this is really interesting.
So I listened to Angie's old alma mater, WMWM, the radio station from Salem State University.
State. Which was not a university when I went there. That's how old I am. But
it's
yes.
their little IDs and stuff. I love it.
There's probably still an ID with my voice on it somewhere.
I'm telling you,
91
at WMWM, we look for the best sounds, and they play like a random sound. What? Honk.
So what music did you hear?
See, we told you.
What music did you hear that you were all excited about?
Okay, so I had my coffee, and I heard Rick Ocasek's voice. All right?
It's Ocasek.
Listen,
We learned that the hard way.
I thought it was the other way.
No.
He never cared. So anyhow,
The Cars. You can't go wrong with the Cars. Ever.
Now you don't hear that.
That's a solo thing, right?
I don't think it is. I think it's
is it
a Cars songs.
It's a deep cut. Let's say that.
Yeah, and it's a sad song. It won't take long. Yeah. Now, I hadn't heard that in like years, and I was just like, "Oh my Lord!" And then they just hit me with like a cluster of songs, like a WERS setup where you know what you're gonna hear, but the thing, or ZBC,
terrestrial radio, and you don't know what's gonna come up next.
So, it kind of keeps your brain muscle kind of like twitching in the right way. Like you got to keep up,
Yeah.
It doesn't just blend into the background.
Right.
So I end up hearing stuff that's 20 years old that I heard for the first time.
You also sort of forced me to go down an INXS rabbit hole this week. Because you had some song in your head and you were whistling it, and then it was like, okay, now I have to play that and listen to that. But that brings us to our new segment, which is Dave's Danzig Sings the AM Radio Classics of Yesteryear.
Guys, look, I was busy, diagramming my, post-apocalyptic warrior suit, as I am wont to do. When you're like on
Michael Maloney's here.
sci-fi, and you're just, So, and then this morning, we're sitting having breakfast.
I made some kick-ass
She's not just the
eggs,
queen,
by the
guys.
way.
Guys, Angie is the queen of
The queen of
soft-boiled eggs, we'll say, okay?
No, I'm
She's-
the queen of
she's the
poached
queen of
eggs. Mofo.
Poached eggs, okay? They're amazing. They're sexy. The yolk is just perfect.
Everybody does this.
Okay? Anybody who knows Angie knows that she likes to cook. Me knows I like to eat. It's a match made in heaven. So she made some very, very creamy scrambled eggs this morning.
Yes, but you don't add anything.
No, a few drops of water.
Yeah,
And
so
that was
it's
it.
just slow
So
and low.
I'm there, and
They're called French eggs. Some places they're called English eggs. Other places, but they're done slow and low, and they get nice and creamy, and they're amazing to eat. So
So anyhow, I'm there, and there is a steaming plate of eggs, and I'm ready because we've cut way down on carbs.
Yeah, we're doing like serious low carb. Because let me tell you something. Forget the freshman 15 and forget the COVID 25. Like.
Yeah, no, I'm like, yeah, exactly.
I'm pushing maximum density.
It's like,
it is not pretty.
I'm pushing the 50-50.
There's a reason we broadcast from the waist up. That's all I'm saying.
Pretty good from here up, buddy.
There's some pear-shaped bottoming out going on.
They're going to start calling us the icebergs. Because there's way more below the surface, boy. Anyhow.
Guilty as charged. So and everyone's been asking for more Dave singing.
Wait, can I?
You can tell the story, but you kind of go on and on.
Oh,
so I need to reel you in sometimes.
All right, all right.
The economy of words, Dave. Self-editing. Catch it.
Words are all I have.
Anyway, here's the new segment.
I told him
to come up with a new idea.
And
delivered.
And I was thinking, how do we mash something together? So I go and I do some Danzig, as people know. At Angie's 50th birthday, I sang a Danzig song.
Dave has a big booming belter voice,
right.
And a lot of people just don't know it. So when it comes out at like a party or whatever, people are like, what? So, we encourage that kind of behavior around here.
Well, no one can near my Danzig.
Yeah. Keith Bennett wants Danzig off. By the way, Jerry Moylan, I see your smoked Gouda. I accept your challenge. Challenge accepted. So we decided that Dave was going to sing some AM radio classics.
So this is what I did.
Style of Glenn Danzig.
I'm like, okay, what are we gonna do? If you just try to sing a Danzig song, who cares, right? Like when Josh and I did it together, we chopped up the Danzig song and kind of almost did a lounge act in between, like lulls. So here you go. Danzig does soft rock of the 70s and 60s.
Yeah, the AM
and
radio.
I was the AM radio hits, right? Mm-hmm. And I was like, what can be the most ridiculous songs that, this could be.
Okay, stop mansplaining it. Just get to the bit.
So listen, we're looking for ideas. But here's the first one I came up with. It's called the 59th Street Bridge Song. By a little group called Simon and Garfunkel.
Okay, I know Simon and Garfunkel, but do I know this song?
People know it by Feeling Groovy.
Oh, okay.
And here I go, cold. I was just riffing. I've never done it all the way through. I'm just gonna do a little bit of it. Right from the beginning, taking it from the top. Slow down, you move too fast. You gotta make the morning last. Just kicking down the cobblestones. Looking for fun and feeling groovy. What do you think, guys? What do you think?
Oh, I love it. Keith Bennett, you need to top that.
Ba-da-da-da-da. Feeling groovy. Hello, lamppost. What you knowin'? I come to watch your flowers growing. Ain't you got no rhymes for me? Doot-a-doot-o. Feeling groovy.
The neighbors right now are like, what is going on? So Keith wanted to challenge you with Muskrat Love or Love Will Keep Us Together. So he's throwing some Captain and Tennille at you.
My next song that I came up with was Windy by The Association.
Oh, interesting.
I haven't worked it out.
All right.
But it goes a little something like this.
Here we go.
Who's that tripping down the streets of the city? Yeah. Smiling at everybody she sees. Who's reaching out to capture a moment? It's windy.
All
What do you
right,
think?
that's impressive. Keith wants you to accept the challenge so he can school you. Well, Keith, maybe we can have you on next week as a live video call-in, because you can patch in if you're on your mobile phone while you're watching this, and you guys can do a Danzig sing-off. Holly Cantor says that's amazing. Sean O'Brien said sweet. I think everybody agrees that we need more of this.
Yeah. Well, listen, I wasn't just in a Danzig vein, okay? How about another ridiculous, position? You take the same group of songs from AM radio from the 60s and 70s,
Okay.
and you get somebody like Henry Rollins to do one.
Really?
Yeah. So I got to work on it.
Okay.
And I came up with Henry Rollins does A Horse with No Name by America.
All right, are you saving that till next week? So
I'm
people
going to
come
save
back?
it till next week.
I feel like
you got to tune in.
Okay. Forget America's Got Talent. Dave's got all the talent right here. So next week, Rollins sings soft rock. Can you give me a little, you busted out a little Liar because we were watching some political stuff on TV and you just started singing Liar.
Yeah.
Can you give us a little of that? Katrina
It's
Welch,
just-
hello!
Hi, cousin. So...
Anytime
What
you
was
see
it?
somebody
It was-
lying through his...
Oh my God. I was like, I'll tell you things you already know. So you could say, I really identify with you. I'll come to you like an affliction. And I'll leave you like an addiction. You'll never forget me. You want to know why? That's it.
You're not going to sing it?
No.
Because I'm a liar? Really?
No, I'm a liar.
Because I'm a liar.
I'll lie again. I'll lie again and again. And I promise.
Wow, that was both creepy and a little hot. That last little part you did there.
Yep.
Very nice. Bob Tarasi, have to tune in for Dave's Rollins next week. Yes, you do, Bob.
Bob, if you could see the you that I see, when I see you see me, you'd see yourself so differently. Believe me. Sorry, I haven't been working on it, so it might be a little off.
Works for me, babe. So that ends our sort of musical segment. Thank you for playing along with us with that. We also like to talk about things we ate this week or made this week to give you guys some inspiration.
I totally
and
forgot
ideas.
about that.
What?
I made chili this week.
I have made chili. Congratulations. You made chili,
And it didn't
the
last the
boys
whole
ate
long
it the
time.
whole day. So Kendall and
It was-
I do not eat chili because we don't eat beans. I know traditional chili doesn't
Look
even
it.
have beans, but I
What
don't
are you
eat-
talking about? It doesn't have beans.
No, traditional chili is
Traditional with who?
Sean, help me out. Foodies, help me out. Traditionally,
Bros before hoes, Sean.
chili doesn't.
Bros before hoes.
Chili doesn't have beans. Anyway, so he's like, I'm gonna make chili. We had a bunch of packages
What kind of
of
beans?
chili
Nikki
mix
wants to
and
know.
stuff. It was a
The
pre-mix,
beanie kind.
and then he just doctored it and added to it. So it's sitting on the stove simmering all day long, and he and Cameron and Colin, they're all. It's like it's such a man thing. Chili is such a bro, dude. All they did was
Boys,
go
observe the cauldron bubbling.
They just kept eating more and more chili throughout the day, and boy, did our house smell terrific. It didn't even last 24 hours in the house. It was a huge thing of chili.
Yeah, it was.
But I am proud of you. That's now the second week in a row you've made something that's
And listen,
not salt.
hey, it was turkey. It was ground turkey chili.
Mm-hmm.
I want to try for a chili verde. Because I'm thinking, if Julie Kramer can do it, I want to know how to do it. That's what I'm thinking.
Did you just call Julie Kramer out on the carpet? That woman's
I'm
been
calling you out!
That woman's been cooking since she came out of the womb. Seriously.
Don't you know I'm loco?
Please stop with that. We also made fajitas without the tortillas or the rice, which I don't know what you call that. Just steak and chicken and
chicken. Oh, man.
peppers and onions.
Hey, shout out to the Marblehead Community Store, man.
Yeah, they've kept us alive.
Let me tell you, I walked in there and I was like, whoa, what is that? So there was a special.
The steak you brought home, right?
And it was cheap. It was like. So I cut off the rotten parts. No, I'm just kidding. It wasn't like that.
It wasn't the world's greatest cut of meat, but it was enough that he could put a nice sear on it on the grill, and then we could thinly slice it and put it into whatever we wanted. So
and that was the thing. I brought it off, let it rest,
So under my tutelage, Dave pulled off some seriously great steak.
It almost looked like parts of it.
Yeah.
It was almost purple inside.
Listen, I don't like a lot of cooked. If I'm going to eat red meat, I want you to knock off the tail, knock off the horn, slap it on its ass, and send it out.
And anybody who knows
rare
about
is
meat,
what I like.
If anybody knows about meat, they know that all the bacteria in meat is on the outside of the meat. When it's a cut of meat, the inside is sterile. The outside has the germs. That's why when you grind meat, when you grind steak like hamburger, it takes all the germs and it makes it throughout. That's why you have to cook a burger through. A steak, you can just kill everything on the outside and eat it almost raw.
Teresa Acker is here. Shout out to Teresa. So I made smashed cauliflower a couple different ways this week, and I'm pretty proud of myself. Because the first
to
one,
be honest, the cauliflower was like defenseless. Okay, she smashed it. All right, she had a weapon. All right, I don't think the cauliflower was looking at her when she first hit it.
In the first time, I did some Parmesan, and I did the drippings from the chicken I had sautéed, and then what was the magic ingredient? Because last night, I used we had leftover ricotta.
Ragot.
Yeah, we had some leftover ricotta, so I mixed that in with the mashed cauliflower, and it was fantastic. And then last night, the kids love that boursin garlic and herb cheese. Boursin. So we had some leftover.
I just take that and I bite it.
I threw that in, and it was fabulous. And I had made homemade chicken stock last week, so I took some of that out of the freezer. And instead of boiling the cauliflower in water, I boiled it in the chicken stock and kept a little bit in.
Wait a minute.
Mashy.
Was the chicken stock it was a byproduct of something that I cooked, right?
No, a little bit, but it was mostly a rotisserie chicken carcass.
Oh.
In the pressure cooker. Which is a really fast, easy, flavorful way to make stocks in your pressure cooker.
I'll remember that.
So there you go. Normally we have a cute alert of the week, and last week was all about the Quokkas, and I can't get enough of them. And
guys,
I had no control over this, but in my Twitter feed today or my Facebook feed, I don't remember which, somebody had posted a picture of a mama Quokka with the baby Quokka in the pouch, and it was like I almost passed out. It was so cute.
I just thought of something. You guys remember? Do you remember Yogi Bear when they found the little baby who was like a toddler?
Vaguely.
And it was crawling around and it was getting into all kinds of mischief.
Mm-hmm.
But it would be like, quabba, 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 kitty,
Quabba kitty.
Quabba, 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 quabba. And it would grab like it's a bobcat or it's a mountain lion. And Yogi and Boo Boo are trying to keep the baby from getting mauled.
Oh,
and they end up getting, hey, So, quabba, 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 kitty, kitty, kitty.
So that's what you get from the Quokka?
So it's quokka, 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 quokka.
Anyway, if you have yet to experience the cuteness of Quokkas, the greatest marsupial on the planet,
listen,
do yourself a favor.
If you think, maybe you think that, what is it? Kangaroos have something, and maybe you think that koalas have something. Yeah, they do to a point. Quokkas are a whole different thing.
I don't know that there's anything cuter than a Quokka.
They have a resting face that is smiling, so that when they're chewing a little something something, and they look up at the camera, it's like, hey.
Only it's got an Australian accent, of course. So.
It's like, good day. Hey, how are you? Yeah.
You look really cute. You do that.
Yeah. Hey. You have a day. All right. Sorry. I butchered it. But hey, Australian accents are kind of cute.
And quokkas are adorable.
And there ain't nothing cuter than a quokka. I was actually in line at CVS earlier today.
With a quokka?
Well, this is the thing. There was an insurance issue. I had to step over to the side to speak with the pharmacist.
Oh, Lord.
And in the drop-off area, there was a little wall. And I looked at it, and on the end of where all the shelves of the drugs are, there was a little postcard that said,
I've seen it. I've
it's
talked
like,
about it.
It's what, the possum? It's like positive possum thinks you can do the thing or believes in you to do the thing. I'm like, it's something along those lines, right?
It's a meme.
And then I look, and there's bunnies. And there were lammies.
Hey, Mike, sweetie.
And I was like, oh, you think this is cute? I did it!
Again.
I did.
Stop swearing.
What do you mean again?
Didn't you
It's
swear
my first
earlier?
time tonight.
Oh. Well, that's one time
So
too
look,
many.
no, it's not.
Listen,
Get
we
to
love
work.
swearing, but we
Get to work.
rebroadcast on Abington Cable community access television, so they have to bleep the swears, and it's a lot of work.
So
That's why we don't swear.
I'm in the middle of getting my phone out to show the pharmacist pictures of quokkas.
He has no filter when he is out in public.
Okay.
Regardless.
So
of where
I'm
he
there, and I'm like, oh yeah, oh no, that. he's so cute.
So now you're looking like a total lunatic
Those quokkas.
as you pick up meds
Silly quokkas.
at CVS.
And they're like, why does this guy need meds? Anyhow.
Dennis White has a friend in Seattle who posts a daily quokka pic.
Well, any friend
We're
of Denny's is a friend of mine.
Yeah, Denny, we're going to need that guy's Facebook or Twitter, whatever it is, so we can partake in the daily quokka cuteness.
Yes. I was going to join the Rancho Cucamonga Quokka Cuteners. They're kissers.
By the way, if you guys were on or a part of last week's episode, it is now live up on the Abcam YouTube page.
Is live really what it is?
Well, it's you can view it whenever.
It's available.
Now. It's available now. Hey, Brian Dutton.
Much like myself. For
and
parties.
It's this is
wet
episode
work.
This is episode 9 that we're doing right now. So episode 8 is up on YouTube, and it will eventually make its way to Friday nights at 9:00 on the Abington Community Access channels. If you have Verizon, it's channel 28. If you have Comcast, it's channel 13. So that's television if you're in the Abington, universe. You can also request your local cable provider.
Ask for it by name. I want my MTV.
Show. No, you want the worst talk show, and they'll be like, "Why would you want the worst?"
No. You want the bad talk show? No. I want the worst talk show.
Yeah, it's supposedly it's available for any cable access or any community access television.
Our standards on high. We'll do anything.
So thank you guys for tuning in, and definitely check that out. The last week's episode is called "The Cuteness of Quokkas," and tonight's episode will probably be called something about Dave singing Danzig, because that was just
How
fantastic.
about it? How about Danzig sings about quokkas?
All right, why don't you sing us out?
Quokkas! They're so damn cute, my friends! You gotta check them out! Sorry. You do. You have to check out quokkas. They're just...